Hi everyone, I'm Abby and welcome back to Ace Attorney Investigations. Now last episode we started Turnabout Reminiscence and we're halfway through the first part of it now. And Edgeworth was about to point out contradictions, so yeah, let's do that. No way, pal. Really? I suppose I'll just have to show you the contradiction in this crime scene. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Faraday was actually left-handed, so why is the gun in his right hand? That's the contradiction. Now we come face to face with the contradiction I spoke of, and it is this. Mr. Faraday used his left hand to write with his fountain pen. Ergo, he's left-handed. And yet the handgun is in his right hand. Don't you find it odd that the left-handed Mr. Faraday would hold the gun in his right hand? That, lady and gentlemen, is the great contradiction haunting this crime scene. Hey, you're right, pal. It does seem kind of strange. But how could something like that happen? The facts add up to one conclusion, and one alone. Someone else put the gun in Mr. Faraday's hand after he died. Someone else? Pasta bag scattered on the floor and a gun in the wrong hand? I sense the presence of a shadowy figure behind this case. A person of violent intent who was serious about keeping the truth from us. Yeah. Here's the autopsy report. It is probable that Mr. Wells survived for a short time after he was shot. However, Mr. Faraday died instantaneously from a stabbing. Interesting. It looks like we now know everything we need to know about this case. Are you sure we know everything? Of course. The incident began with Mr. Faraday attempting to get his revenge. The prosecutor went into a rage from being accused, tried to kill the defendant. But the defendant fought back and they ended up killing each other. It's all very clear and simple. There was absolutely no margin for doubt. Do you really believe that to be the truth? Huh. Are you saying that just because I figured out the truth before you? That you don't want to believe it's true? Nah. It's alright. If you disagree with my argument, then prove me wrong. Well, if there are any contradictions to be found, that is. Don't worry, I will. Mr. Faraday's death was instantaneous when Mr. Rell survived for a short time. From this, it is obvious that Mr. Faraday died after he shot Mr. Rell. And Mr. Rell, while on the brink of death, stole Mr. Faraday's knife and stabbed him. Those are the facts of this case. This girl is so cute, isn't she? Mr. Faraday's death was instantaneous, therefore he must have attacked first. Proving that logic to be false is probably the fastest way to show that she's wrong. In that case, he should first look for any holes in her theory. So you believe that dying Mr. Rell stole the knife from Mr. Faraday. Mr. Rell became desperate as he did not want to die. Human beings can do amazing things when they are put to the test. So the two men struggled, and in the end, Mr. Rell was able to grab the knife and stab Mr. Faraday. The messy condition in this room is a testament to their struggle. Yes, my logic is perfectly sound. Can you really see that it's perfect? What are you insinuating? Nothing. However, I can't let you said slide by with a further inquiry. One must be clear and precise, so if you could append that statement to your testimony. Fine. They struggled, and Mr. Rell used the last of his strength to counterattack Mr. Faraday. Yeah. The issue with her logic is the fact that if there was a struggle, Detective Gumshoe should have heard it. If the two men were fighting, their struggle would have surely caused quite a bit of noise. However, Detective Gumshoe testified that he had heard absolutely nothing. You placed too much faith in that detective's testimony, you know. But for the sake of argument, let's say there wasn't a fight. How then did Mr. Well get his hands on the knife? Mr. Faraday's bag was sitting right there in lobby number 2. It's not hard to imagine perhaps Mr. Well saw a chance to take it out at some point. So, what you're saying is this. Mr. Well took a chance when he saw the opportunity and took the knife from the bag. And then Mr. Faraday shot Mr. Well after being stabbed? Is there something strange in Francisco's statement just now? Wait, something doesn't add up. Oh, really? It's simply not possible for Mr. Faraday to have shot Mr. Well after being stabbed. Mr. Well, yeah. One death was instantaneous, that's the issue, yeah. Yeah. Take that! According to the coroner's report, Mr. Faraday died instantaneously, meaning that he died immediately upon being stabbed by the knife. Ergo, he cannot have possibly have fired the gun after that. Oh, you got me. But of course. Well then, if the report is correct, then there is only one correct explanation. We suppose that Mr. Well attacked first, then Mr. Faraday, who died instantaneously, would have been unable to kill Mr. Well. Therefore, Mr. Well must have stabbed Mr. Faraday after he was shot. Then they both died. That is the only explanation that makes logical sense. Now, getting your reports out of these in order to prove your own theory. So you've been studying, Francisca. I just wanted to explain it to you as simply as possible, before you foolishly propose a foolish theory that only a foolish fool like you could. How naive of you to believe that only your opinions are valid, and still expect you to discover the truth that the crime scene offers you. Francisca, you've still got a ways to go. What are you talking about? Are you saying there's a flaw in my logic? Mr. Faraday died instantly. And the fact that he did so gives rise to the contradiction in this scene. The contradiction here in this crime scene is... Let me get this straight. What you are arguing is this. Mr. Faraday took the gun from his evidence bag and shot Mr. Well. Then, the wounded Mr. Well found an opportunity to take the knife and strike back. Upon being stabbed, Mr. Faraday died on the spot and Mr. Well died thereafter. If that's the case, then how do you explain this? Take a good look at the order in which the bodies are piled. No! Mr. Faraday's body is lying on top of Mr. Well's. Therefore, Mr. Well must have died before Mr. Faraday. Impossible! Yes, I agree that it seems strange no matter what angle you approach it from. Which means the real mystery behind this crime scene is that what you must solve is... No, not so fast, Miles Edgeworth. What now? I simply think that you ought to think a bit more outside the box. And that it's even clearer now that the incident started with Mr. Faraday's murderous intent. Sure bounced back quickly. An explanation won't be enough this time. So it takes very decisive evidence to prove her wrong. It was just chance that Mr. Faraday's body fell on top of Mr. Well's. The two bodies fell into a pile, which indicates that they attacked each other at the same time. It really doesn't matter in the slightest that they fell in the opposite order. I just know that Francisca's explanation isn't absolutely correct. All I have to do is find a hole in her logic. Once I do, I can then present her with the evidence that proves the contradiction.
Hold it!
What do you mean by they attacked each other at the same time? I assume Mr. Faraday had two different weapons in his hands, made to attack Mr. Well while holding both a knife and revolver. And then? After Mr. Faraday fired the gun, Mr. Rell grabbed the knife as he was falling and stabbed Mr. Faraday. That's how Mr. Rell wound up on the bottom with Mr. Faraday on top. At close range, it is more than possible. Yes, it's possible, but... Well, if you have any other ideas, then show me what you've got. Oh, I will. And to that extent, I'd like for you to append what you just said to your testimony. I don't see any point to that, but as you please. That fact indicates they attacked each other at the same time from close range. Fired from a few yards away, so it couldn't have been close range.
Objection!
So you believe they killed each other at close range? Sorry, but that's impossible. The status is written in the crime scene notes. Firing of the handgun did not leave a gunpowder burn on Mr. Rell's clothes. Therefore, Mr. Rell and the gun must have been separated by a distance of at least 2 or 3 yards. Ah! Yes, it's by far the biggest contradiction. 2 bodies piled up on each other, yet the gun was fired from a distance. But there being no chance Mr. Rell moved that far from after being shot, that leaves only one possible explanation. What's a completely foolish lie and a foolish thought from a thoroughly foolish fool? If I'm not right, then who was it that made the first move with the intent to kill, huh? Who? The person that attacked first with murderous intent? That would be... Here in this room, contradiction doesn't appear no matter which man we claim attacked first. There can only be one explanation. There was a third person here. It was that third person who killed both Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rell, and set their bodies up to make it look like a double murder. That third person is the real culprit. Miles Edgeworth, there's just one thing you're missing. Evidence, correct? Exactly. Everything you said up until now is nothing but a story played out in your head. However, this is where the real test begins. Can you prove that there was a third person involved in this crime? Of course. If the third person was truly here, that fact would resolve the glaring contradiction. Proof this has all been a setup, made it look like they killed each other. I'll present and lay bare the final piece of the puzzle that's not yet in place. Why does the piece of evidence that proves there is a third person involved?
Take that!
The gun in Mr. Faraday's hand, and the plastic bag with his blood on it. These two items point to the presence of a third person. How so? Recall Detective Gumshoe's testimony. I was in the hallway the whole time, but I didn't hear a single peep of a struggle. If there wasn't a struggle in this room, then there shouldn't be any plastic bags on the ground, meaning that someone else must deliberately scatter them around. Do you not see the possibility in this? Disregarding the gun for the moment, there's a high probability of blood splatter when a knife is used on a person. The culprit held the knife with a plastic bag around it. They could use the bag to catch any blood spatter from where they withdrew the knife. Then, by spreading a few more plastic bags around and mixing the bloody one in with them, and arranging the room to make it look like there had been a struggle between the two, they were able to conceal their presence. Ah! Looks like Scott got a long way to go in this investigation. Yes.
Objection!
But what the heck's up with you, pal? Mr. Bad, I advise you to place Detective Gumshoe under arrest. What? What's the meaning of this? Looks like you're not man enough to discipline your own subordinates. Don't you dare. That detective claims he was here, standing in front of the door the entire time. I'd have it on good authority that it was all a giant lie. Miss Yu, I ask that you please explain that last statement. I'll let his honor explain it himself. I saw it with my own eyes, I tell ya. During the recess, there was a period of time when there was no one in the hallway. What? see, Mr. Bad. So I ask you, why would a detective who's supposedly doing his job the whole time want to fabricate such a lie? Gumshoe, did you kill Faraday? No! Of course not, sir. It would appear that the one who set this whole crime scene up is that detective, which basically renders his testimony a complete lie and wholly invalid. It looks like your perfect logic has just come tumbling down, Miles. I was in the hallway the whole time, but I didn't hear a single peep of a struggle. Was that statement really a lie? Detective Gumshoe, you're now a suspect in the murder of 2 men. Now spit out the truth or so help me. I haven't lied to anyone, sir. Honest. I really was there. I was in the hallway the whole time. Detective Bad, I ask that you please do not act without my permission. After all, I'm the one who's heading up this investigation, am I not? Don't talk like you know what's going on, boy. All I want is for this investigation to run perfectly. Perfection is the only wish of a disciple of Von Karma, after all. Therefore, before you take Detective Gumshoe into custody, I'll have to set the record straight on something. And what's that? What should I ask Detective Gumshoe about? I suppose the one thing I'd like clarified is Detective Gumshoe's motive for committing this crime. Motive, huh? Gumshoe, got a grudge against Faraday or anything? No, sir! Not me! Not a single bad thing against Mr. Faraday, sir. Is that a fact? You really have a problem with lying, don't you, Detective Gumshoe? I'm telling you, I am not lying. The more unnatural you act, the more suspicious you become, you know? If you want a motive, Edgeworth, I have one for you right here. Could you please share it with us? However, be forewarned that I won't hesitate to object to flights of fancy, because all I'm interested in is the perfect explanation. You're serious, aren't you? Fine. You amuse me, so I'll humor you with a little courtroom practice. It was about a week ago. I saw the detective get chewed out by a livid Faraday in front of the precinct. He stood there super pale as Mr. Faraday yelled, "That's a salary cut for you, you nitwit!" A brand new detective suddenly getting his salary cut? That's reason enough for a grudge. Well, how's that for a perfect explanation? You totally misunderstand me, pal. No matter how mad I get, I can never hold a grudge. Quiet. Can't trust anything you say. Sir. There's nothing wrong with the motive she proposed, per se. There's some gaps in her logic that need to be filled in. Let's use a perfect explanation. May not be so perfect at all.
Hold it!
You call your explanation perfect? Is it not to your liking? Unfortunately for you, it's just not up to my standards. Oh, is there something you want me to clarify in that case? What should I do? Should I raise an objection? Alright, if you can clear this one thing up for me. I understand Detective Gumshoe's potential motive for killing Mr. Faraday. However, what about his motive for killing Mr. Rao? His motive for killing Rao? Like I would know. There was no clear motive for both of the murders, and I doubt this incident would have occurred. Wouldn't you agree? Is there anyone else who might have had a grudge against either of the 2 men? Or should we look into that ourselves? Oh, in that case, I have absolutely no idea. What? That's impossible. She must know something. Wait. Can you please not glare at me like that? Makes me laugh. Grr, I didn't even do anything. You're already laughing away. Well, anyway, the way I see it, as long as he had a motive to kill one of the 2, this crime would have played out the way it did anyway. Oh? Would you care to explain your logic? And this time, please try to provide a truly perfect explanation. Perfect this, perfect that. Stop being so uptight, or is that a request we could trade for you being on my karma? Miles Edgeworth, I demand that you shut this rude woman up. I wish you'd both be quiet for just 1 second. Oh well, guess I'll have to explain it to you kids. There's no one out there with a motive to kill both Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rell. All you really have to establish is someone had a grudge against one of the two men. Mr. Rell, who happened to be there, became a witness to Mr. Faraday's murder. Therefore, he was killed out of necessity and set up to look like they had killed each other. Wonder if that's really true. Is there no one out there with a grudge against both men? Should take another hard look at the evidence for this morning's case. The second KG8 incident, as people are calling it, involving an embassy staff member. And the two men are both wound up as suspects in the case. Is there someone else I'm looking with someone related to them? Manicoshin could be a possibility though, and we already know he was here, so.
Objection!
Monsieur, I believe there is someone you overlooked in making your statement. Or rather, is it because you'd rather not bring in this person up? What do you mean? We are looking for someone with reason to kill both Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rell. I think of at least one person that fits the bill. He was a suspect in the original KG8 incident, and a member of the Kodopian embassy staff, Mr. Manicoshin. That's right, the very man who came to visit you earlier out in the hallway. The man who killed a member of the Kodopian embassy staff, Mr. Rell, and the man who was the lead prosecutor of the KG8 incident, Mr. Faraday. Are you telling me that Mr. Koshin has no reason at all to kill both of these men? Well, I suppose he might have a reason or two. You cover for me, pal! Maybe you're not such a bad guy after all. Don't get ahead of yourself. You're still a suspect, make no mistake about that. Perfect evidence, perfect testimony is the only things I wish to hold. But I didn't do it! We'll stand on my authority and go investigate Mr. Manicoshin for me. And remember, I will not be very forgiving should any of this leak out. You want me to investigate Koshin? You just be wasting your time. And why is that? Koshin was up in the viewing gallery, watching the trial, or so I was told. Every cop in this place has been keeping an eye on the guy since he arrived. And the only real suspect we still have is Detective Gumshoe. I suppose so. No way. Come on, Detective Bad. You gotta believe me, sir. But he was in that hallway the whole time, sir. Never took a single step into this room, sir. Okay. And are you saying there was someone else who passed through the hallway? No, there was no one else, sir. Then why should I believe you didn't do it? That's one incredibly foolish detective. Standing right in front of a crime scene all by himself. It's as good as a confession of guilt. I have to admit, it's a bit strange. Most criminals will fabricate some sort of lie to escape their crimes. That detective really wanted to prove that he is innocent. You'd think he would at least offer up I spaced out while on duty or the like. Come on, Gumshoe. Time for your interrogation. Detective Bad. Yeah. Miles Edgeworth, I'll go on ahead and report this to Papa. And that, as they say, is that. Right, everyone? Well, I suppose we should both be getting back to our real jobs now, huh? Before we do, Monsieur, there is something I'd like to speak with you about. What is it? So, what do you want to ask me about? The current case is a murder Kodopian embassy staff member. I've heard that people have begun calling it the second KG8 incident. Only among you law enforcement types. And, what about it? I'd like you to tell me everything you know about the original KG8 incident. I'm afraid I can't help you. I don't know anything beyond what was reported in the papers. No, I believe you know much more. since you are directly tied to the KG8 incident. I'd appreciate it if you'd stop with the false accusations. Racist outbursts are useless both inside and outside the courtroom, don't you know? I do, but I also know that I do have a leg to stand on here. Think you could stop making an ultra-serious face in front of me? If you could please stop laughing for just 1 second. I'm not going to make any headway like this. Just gonna have to show her exactly how related to the KG8 incident she is. Miss Yu, I believe that I have proof of your connection to the KG8 incident. That file is your proof? Very well then. Why don't you tell me exactly how I'm related to the KG8 incident? Your connection to the KG8 incident is through the victim. The victim's name is Sissy Yu. Well, note that she has the same last name as you. Can you really still tell me with a straight face that you are not related to this case? Sorry, but we're not related. What? Just kidding. You asked that question with such a serious look on your face that I couldn't help but... Miss Yu, I ask that you please tell me the truth. Alright, I'll tell you everything I know. As you guessed, the one reporting the smuggling activities in the Amana group was my sister, Sissy Yu. As I thought. She was killed right before she was to testify at the impending trial by Manny Koshin. But because he was tried once, or was acquitted, gets left with the rest of his cushy life completely carefree. But because of a lack of evidence. No, I heard the evidence to convict him did exist. What? I heard from Mr. Faraday himself after Mr. Corson's trial was over. Apparently, a man in black made off the most important piece of evidence. Then the evidence had been tampered with? Isn't it just the criminal to do something like that? The smuggling ring would be run out of the Amana group by one of its secretaries. They bailed Mr. Koshan out. Turns out they were in league with each other all along. How big was that smuggling ring? Was it a large operation? I don't really know, which is why I wanted to become the lead defense. On this case, the people are calling the second KG8 incident. I haven't learned anything new at all. It's probably expecting too much, I know. I mean, I think this case has nothing to do with the smuggling ring? I don't know what to think. Why did Mr. Koshin want to meet with you earlier? Actually, he came to watch the trial. Apparently only found out that I was the defense lawyer on this case after he had arrived. Figured you should say hi and one other thing. Looks like you couldn't resolve anything this time either. Too bad. What's that supposed to mean? Oh boy. Stop it with that scary face already. I'm fine, really. Give him a good slap across the face. The way she talks about slapping him as she laughs away is kind of creepy. But it's just as Mr. Bad said. He's not related to the double murder. Us around people in the gallery claim that he was in his seat the entire time. Talk about cruel fate. Well, that's about all I know. Sorry. Guess it wasn't much help, huh? That's not true. Sorry I made you across such a painful time in your life. Edgeworth, you really are too serious for your own good. You really need to learn to relax. We wouldn't want you to die of stress, would we? Thank you for the advice, but there's no need to worry. I work on my own way, and we'll catch this criminal my own way as well. You'll see. Look at you with your game face on, ready to go. I'm making no such face. Did you know? Laughter is the best medicine in Edgeworth. Don't you get tired of making such a serious face all the time? I'm charged with making sure that all the criminals in this world are found guilty. I have no need for laughter. There you go, making that face again. Oh well. Gotta get going. Still have a few loose ends I need to tie up. KG8 incident in this murder investigation. I believe that these two cases are related to each other somehow. Plus a detective, Detective Gumshoe. It's obvious he's lying, even though the lie is hurting his chances. Even though this case is far from over. Whether or not the detective is the murderer can only be determined once I've completed my perfect investigation. Mr. Von Karma, I swear to uphold your honorable name, or my name is Miles Edgeworth. Interesting, isn't it? Kind of crazy. Gumshoe got accused of murder, you know? I mean, pretty much all the main characters got accused at some point in their lives. It's kind of cool, though. Yeah. But, yeah. Thanks for watching. Feel free to like and comment and subscribe and check out my Twitch and Ko-Fi and Twitter/X. Next episode, we'll be continuing Turnabout Reminiscence. So, yeah, hope you join me for that, and peace off.